Hi, I'm Barry John, and welcome back to Let's Play Overload. I have one co-pilot today, and I'll let him introduce himself.
It's only Leylight this time. And wow, we made it to Enceladus already.
You mean Encelada?
Oh, right.
Or,
in position above the gas mine.
yeah. So, technical difficulties meant that much of my co-commentators couldn't show up today. But we are at Enceladus, and we are going to be investigating this crashed alien ship, hopefully.
They're frantically repairing the exterior of the hull as we speak.
Well hidden.
Yeah.
In our approach, we received the following transmission.
MPSV Iberia. This is Juno Offworld. You are ordered to stand.
So, who remembers from the first level where we were given this very awkward transmission?
And await further instructions.
Something here is not right.
Wasn't Ymir that first moon way out at the end of the solar system? They're basically telling us to, heck off to the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Fluctuations within the ship's power distribution.
The moon that took us 2 months to get here from, because Saturn's system is so big.
To our arrival at Cronus Frontier. However, something has occurred very recently to intensify their effects. I am overriding Juno's orders. I do not trust their assessment.
That's an interesting comment from our AI, whose job it is to help us out.
Not overload the reactor. The crash site must be preserved.
Okay, we're not blowing up the reactor then. Let's remember that.
Yep.
So, it's a Phantom project, and we don't get a blueprint of it. We haven't seen cloaked enemies in a while, pun not intended, but, does that mean that it's just cloaked by default?
Yes. And we will not see it shortly.
But will we hear it?
Yes.
Will we smell it?
Probably not.
Yeah, I guess we don't have the smell peripheral installed yet.
So, welcome to Enceladus. This is the last of Titan's inner moons. Well, technically there are a couple of smaller moons further in, but this is our last the last level that we knew we were going to be hitting up. There are still 4 more levels left in the game after this one. So, okay, that's not good. That's the exit right there. But it also lacks all of the red lights that normally are associated with exits.
Oh, I don't think I've heard that noise before.
Actually, you have. Those are...
Oh. I thought Yeah, that looks like, Okay, I think we've seen those before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a good idea to just, get ourselves some cover here, such as it is.
I like the creepers in a way because they are homing mines, but on the other hand, I don't like how long they last in this game, unlike regular mines from previous games.
Gotta say, I'm a big fan of these hexagonal hallways. Really leaning into that whole we can make arbitrary polygons thing of this engine.
Yeah. Hold on, I heard something. There it is. There it's not.
Ooh.
So let's not see our first cloaked enemy of the game, the Phantom.
I don't regret what I did. I had no choice. Either I silence those people or lose everything.
Jeez.
Well,
the implications here of a cloaked enemy carrying a log from Kantor, like just a log that he wrote himself, is kind of unsettling.
Yeah. But, so, the Phantom is just strictly the melee enemy that we've blown up.
Okay, you can... Yeah, that's video game invisibility. You can kind of see a blur, but yeah, it's hard to notice, unless, we're in a situation like this where there's just literally the only enemy in front of you.
It's also how invisibility looks in multiplayer. So it kind of gives you an idea of what you're looking for visually speaking if you get into multiplayer and one of your opponents grabs the invisibility upgrade.
So are they more like the Diamond Claws or more like the Afterburner guys as far as their behavior is concerned?
They are strictly the Diamond Claws.
Makes sense.
Now, of note, those are the only invisible enemies in the game. Sorry, this is the only type of auto full cloak enemy in the game.
Yeah, I thought we had some cloaked drillers earlier, or whatever they were called, but it sounds like this is the only type that's always invisible by default.
Yeah.
That's probably for the better that you did that.
Yeah, getting caught in a crossfire here would have been ugly. But I find that when dealing with these invisible guys, having weapons that have a little bit of spread to them, the best way to deal with them. Mostly because you're never quite sure if you've got a beat on them or not, so...
Yeah, I saw one kind of fading in and out of invisibility earlier. I couldn't tell if that was because you were hitting it or if that was a periodic thing.
It was because I'm hitting it, because you've seen how these guys can take damage on their model by glowing bits and whatnot. Hitting an enemy can sort of disrupt its cloak.
Yeah, and I guess it gets around the whole, firing a gun disrupting your cloak by simply not having guns and electing for the melee approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to admit I'm a little bit surprised. Given that we're on Enchilada, I thought that we were going to be seeing a lot more like ice-themed corridors or like a light blue aesthetic, but it seems like we're still kind of operating under the same kind of industrial setting as some of the prior levels.
We are going to be seeing the ice later on. It's just that we're on the... Because this is a deep mine, we've got a long ways down to go. And we're still in the, like, the maintenance areas, basically.
Yeah, we're still in the indoors section rather than the cave section, so I suppose we'll see that once we get into the caves proper.
Yeah. Just grabbing an invincibility and running in. I don't think I called this out before, but now we have turrets on the walls. These are the same turrets that can be guarding reactors, but now they can show up on regular walls.
Oh, that's intriguing. And I guess there's just not much you can do about them.
Nope,
Fly
because
past.
they are invincible.
I mean, I guess if you can pick up a cloak of your own, then they won't be able to see you.
Yeah, or you can just be invulnerable and laugh at them as you drive by. Ow. I just don't like fighting this guy in this room. It never really works out for me.
Okay, I love that little bit of battle damage with those sparking bits helping you track it. That's great.
Yeah. But I also want to point out that because they are cloaked enemies, they can drop cloaking power-ups.
Unknown origin. The source is somewhere inside the facility.
Oh, maybe that's what was interfering with our transmissions when we were going to that prior harbor level.
Oh, and cloak runs out just as I get into this room.
Yeah, so traditionally the solution to fighting invisible enemies in, I mean, not just any game, but like superhero comics, was to like throw liquid on them, so you would cover them in some kind of substance that would stick to them. I don't think we really have a weapon like that here.
No, we don't. I mean, in theory, you might be able to pull it off with a sticky flare, but if you're firing sticky flares at invisible enemies, you're not firing guns at invisible enemies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing you would get an achievement for, but you would never really try to do on purpose on a level.
Oh.
Yeah, those things don't seem to be 100% accurate, but they don't need to be. Their job's just to fill up the area with projectiles.
Yeah. They're definite, shoot 'em up type enemies here. Oh.
That said, I still think I prefer a turret being in a room and just firing at you steadily from one location than there being a spawner that keeps activating every time you pass through a room. That seems like the lesser of two evils there.
Well, considering I've dealt with both over the course of this series, I can see the gameplay benefits of both, and you were mentioning ice caves?
Well, here we are. Now, this is made of video game invulnerable ice rather than real-world ice, but then again, ice is actually pretty hard to melt. You need a lot of energy to do that.
Yeah. And depending on how compact or compressed it is, it could also be very strong.
It's true, especially if these were the kinds of robots that were reinforcing this ice with fiber on the inside, like they were making piecrete out of it in order to help hold the ceiling up.
Oh, yeah. I'm Canadian. I know about Habakkuk.
Great.
Now, oh, there we go. Yeah, trust me, I practiced this level enough that I knew where some of these enemies were from the get-go.
Yeah, I guess only a few of them kind of drift around. A lot of them are kind of holding their position until they see you. Which makes sense. I mean, if they're already in a good position, why leave it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just a super upgrade point in the floor. Alright.
What's fun with that guy is that when you pass through the room underneath, there's actually a grate there, so you can turn around and actually, or look up and actually see that super upgrade point above you.
I gotta say, Barry John, using a slow projectile speed weapon against an enemy with fast projectile speed that was looking right at you, probably not the best idea, I've gotta say.
Oh, but all my ideas are great.
It was okay, middle of the road. I'd call it a solid, 2 out of 5. Could have done much worse.
I'll accept 2 out of 5. Nope.
So anyway, what's our sub-goal, our intermediate step for this level?
Oh, ow. Let me just get out of the fight here. So
Survive,
right now
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'm only down to 26 armor.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, see? It's okay.
And fortunately, because they are melee enemies, they still drop shields every so often.
I guess I couldn't quite see, but was that just a regular buzzsaw afterburner guy mixed in there?
I don't remember seeing one, but I do know that they are still chilling out in this level somewhere.
Oh, another one of those classic, put a power-up in the corner, but put a secret door behind the power-up, so actually there's 2 power-ups back there.
And they did it twice.
I wonder what's over there.
That's actually the cryopod room.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm. But if you watched my map carefully when I flicked over to it, there's no active cryopods on this level.
Huh. That's an interesting environmental clue. We'll pick up on that in a few minutes, I'm sure.
Well, I know I'm not abusing my previous playthrough knowledge to completely destroy enemies before they even become a problem.
That's fine. The game will get you back for that later anyway. You're going to be lower on those Nova missiles.
Yeah, well, that's why I was able to go back and pick one up, because I knew it was going to happen.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can only carry like 5 in this game. Is that right?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
All right, use them or lose them.
And as we've talked about before, this game is a lot better about handing out missile weapons for reloads.
Yeah, it wants you to go ham with those missiles. Yeah, so to kind of pick up on a half-finished thought I had a while ago, there is this Neil Stephenson novel I was reading a few months ago called Seven Eves, which I'm not going to get into the plot of that because it's a Neil Stephenson novel. But as part of it, they were doing
and we've only got half
comet
an hour
mining.
left.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
they were doing comet mining, and they had these robots all climbing around the outside of it, trying to reinforce the ice while they kind of mined the inside of it, so they could retrieve the water, so you could split it up into hydrogen and oxygen.
Yeah. There was actually an older novel called Comet, which is about a group of humans who build a science colony on Halley's Comet and go take a trip.
Yeah, so, of course the economics of actually shipping this stuff around don't really make sense, but if you're planning on using the oxygen and hydrogen on site, then it certainly makes sense to just use what you have.
The disruption field is affecting the Hyperion systems. I have increased power to shields.
That sounds like just flavor text rather than anything that affects gameplay, right?
It is. Because she mentioned, or AI mentioned in the last level that Saturn's very intense magnetosphere was causing technical issues that she was working against or working around.
Oh, right, and in this game, blue number is armor, not shields.
Yeah.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. And so all that just to get through the level 2 door. We've barely gotten through this level so far.
Yeah, that's a pretty big section even before this point.
Mm-hmm. There's a
But
reason
yeah,
why
it
this
definitely
level...
makes me wonder. Like this is just a research lab. Just before they knew that the alien ship crash landed here, it was just not really that notable. The Cronus Harbor, or whatever it was called, that was a lot more centralized and authoritative station. So it made more sense for it to be more heavily defended and have more auto-ops on it. But I guess all of these defenses, like especially the turrets and the cloaked enemies and whatnot, Kantor must have set all that up himself.
Yeah, it's Titan Harbor, actually, but yeah.
Titan, yeah.
But what happened is basically, after Kantor discovered the alien ship here on Enceladus, we remember a lot of the...
Harper's a hydrogeologist.
Sorry, I'm talking my brain here. We've had a lot of comments about how people have been wondering why Harper's building all of these new auto-ops and ordering security feeds and whatnot. And even then he's reinforcing Enceladus here against a potential incursion. So what we're seeing is basically the results of his build-up here as the last line of defense against any external intrusion towards the alien ship.
And yeah, you were 100% right. That circular room we were in just before he went to this main area and went downwards, that was a cryo stasis area without any pods in it.
We think there
Yep.
may be 3 in all. Harper is searching for the other 2.
So we've had it confirmed that the alien ship wasn't actually crewed in a conventional sense. It had 3 AI cores that they figure that they think they recognize. They found one. Crap.
So it was an auto ship, basically. A scout ship, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay, I did not come in here with a plan.
Well, now you're gonna have to come in here without a plan.
Yeah. Trust me, when I triggered the lockdown by accident on this in here, I was very worried that I was going to have to do a reload, because I had no idea when my last quick save was.
Yeah, It looked like a lockdown area. Obviously, it was kind of hard to tell from the camera angle, but if you recognize a lockdown area, then it behooves you to kind of explore a little bit more and see if you can get your shield count up a little bit more, or armor count.
But, like, it doesn't really look like a, Oop. Die.
Yeah, I guess those lights are a little bit harder to spot before they turn on and go red.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
And, of course, the worst part about cloaked enemies is, oh, yeah, they're cloaked. So,
Yeah, you have to stay on the move or else those things are just going to come out of cover and shoot you, and you're not really going to be able to react to that.
well, not just that, they're cloaked so seeking weapons don't look for them. So, like, I've got the hunters on my set, like my homing missiles on right now, but because that one guy's cloaked, I can't fire my homing at them.
Yeah. So I guess in
could.
theory the missile pods would be the sidearm you'd want in here, but good luck selecting them when things are this hectic.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. That was a lockdown room by accident, but I dealt with it.
Alright. Good luck not getting sniped as soon as you go into the next area, then.
Well, I've only got 48 armor.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I'm worried about. But yeah, to go back to the aesthetics a little bit, the hexagons are one thing, but really the only other, like, the plot is saying that this is more like the end game. The plot is suggesting that more than the actual level design itself is. Like, there's no lava waterfalls, there's no, how do I describe it? There's no, like, foreboding sense of decor here. It kind of looks like other levels, which is maybe understandable given the context that we're working with here. But, like, I guess aside from the caves, there's nothing else here that really suggests we're on Enceladus.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a hard thing to get just right, too, to be fair.
Part of it is that I think they really did miss an opportunity to have a skybox for this level. Like, when we first came in, and there was this big window over top that we saw on earlier levels, and in that nice big skybox would have been Saturn, like, just dominating the view.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
Like,
I mean, say whatever you like about the low fidelity Windows 95-esque textures on the Descents 1 and 2, but they did help give you a sense of progression, like, we're in a new world, the walls look different.
Yeah.
The doors look different.
Yeah, Descent 2 much more than Descent 1. But, yeah, like, the comments from the people watching the videos and commentating in the thread about how the game just looks so samey after a while, you're right. It does. But in a way, it also reinforces the fact that this is all Chronos Frontier. Like, this is all built by the same people, using the same resources, using the same blueprints and everything like that.
Standard parts.
Yeah. And this is me really wishing that there was a energy shield converter in this game, but unfortunately, or fortunately. Of course, now it's just figuring out what to do and where to go and what to shoot.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, if you're not being actively shot at, navigation isn't so hard, but this game, like, I guess 3 degrees, like 6 degrees of freedom, 3D shooters in general, are great at making you get disoriented because you're all, like, panicky dealing with the enemies and not really caring so much about the layout. And then you find yourself somewhere completely different once you're kind of out of that zone again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they do seem to be integrating these energy centers with actual gunfighting a lot more than the prior games did. Wait, is that actually just one super tall energy center?
Yes, it is.
Neat.
There are a lot of shield upgrades over here.
Who's that all the way down there?
A guy that I should be using the driller on, not... There we go.
Yep, there he went. I mean, to be fair, you were hitting him, just not for very much damage.
Mm-hmm.
The Sovereign has spontaneously turned itself on. It can leech power from nearby energy sources and interface with our networks without a direct
Oh,
connection.
good God.
Now it's churning through all our data, possibly learning how we communicate.
Holy shit, red alert.
Oh. Yeah, like, Kantor, any other person would have been screaming their head off going, this is a bad idea.
No, any computer that can turn itself on is an imminent danger. Because, you know, the traditional solution to any kind of computer problem is to unplug everything. But if you can't do that, then, yeah, it's just awful. The situation is already out of control and has been forever. Ever since this thing came online, I guess.
Yeah, like, unfortunately, at this point, Kantor's too busy looking at the ends and not the means. So I suspect...
It's that point in the hacker movie where you, like, take a look at the database and then you wonder yourself, how long has we been compromised? Has this thing been in our system for months already?
Yeah. But unfortunately, Kantor didn't see that. I mean, part of me is wondering, like, you know, yes, he's been given credit for all these wonderful inventions, but what was Kantor's actual job before being made in charge of Kronos Frontier and the Saturn mining? Like, did he have any experience with this sort of thing? Or, I mean, obviously not aliens, but, like, what did
Engineering?
he do? Yeah, like, if he was an engineer, and then he was given a new toy to play with, I can sort of understand his actions, but still,
yeah, that's a good point. We don't know whether he was promoted into his position or if he just, if he was one of the founding members of this company.
I think from the logs it points out that basically he was in charge of out here, with the idea being that as an engineer he can come up with engineering solutions to problems. So they have, like, you know, a master engineer on site.
Yeah, exactly. You want one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, chief engineer. That's what I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm. More ice mining. But I'm just debating grabbing that cloaking device now or later, and later became the winning option for me. Oop, wait a minute.
Is that a super upgrade point there?
And a log. I just have to... Oh god, now I'm paranoid that I missed that log. Oh god, I am paranoid. I do think I missed that log.
Oh, you saw it now, but you never picked it up in this episode?
Yeah, oh my god, okay. I gotta keep watching this video to figure out if I did or not, and if I did, oh my god. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew that in my paranoia I was going to miss a log at some point. Oh!
It's alright. These things happen. You'll just go back and get it later.
Yeah, I know. Probably append it to the back end of this video, or if I can. I mean, it's only 20, almost 30 minutes into the level. I can replay that easily.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about picking up the rest of the logs. You just have to get that one,
Nope,
well,
remember
no, wait.
all the...
Oh, right. That's right. Because of the way this works, you have to get 100% of the logs in one level. I forgot.
Yeah.
The disruption field is intensifying. I must move the Iberia a safe distance away.
Uh-oh.
The teleporter will not function under these conditions. You must find another way out.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Why is it telling us that after we picked up a log?
No, that wasn't a log, that was a security key.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It's a circle thing.
Yeah, that was the level 3 security key we picked up. That's what it was saying.
Okay. Had me worried there for a second. That would have had also lore implications of its own. But no, it was just a level event.
Mm-hmm. And me ambushing an invisible enemy from behind.
I mean, that's the trouble with those invisible enemies. It's hard to tell what way they're facing.
True.
I mean, I guess it wasn't shooting at you, so you knew that it was facing away from you.
Mm-hmm. And this is me just flicking my headlights to draw attention because, well, they can see me before I can see them, unfortunately.
I mean, I know that the real answer is, this is a Descent game, but this does raise the question of why these things don't have cameras on the back of
idea
them.
what it does yet. The Sovereign is re-engineering it so we can rebuild the damaged components.
Kantor? Kantor? Red alert.
You know, there's supposed to be a give and take relationship between humans and AI, and even that can be iffy. You should really make sure the AI can do something for you first.
Well, to be fair, like, you know, everybody was commenting about, or there was a lot of people commenting in logs about, oh my god, look at all this new technology Kantor's developing. So, in a way, basically, this Sovereign was dumbing down its resources to
I suppose.
so Kantor could repair it, but at the same time, you know, improving our tech level to compensate.
I'm kind of afraid that this is how, you know, ghost colonies get started. You just wind up with all these logs everywhere, and then the people seem to be mysteriously missing.
You know, flying through this corridor like this, this is Hoth.
Titan is now working on components we need to repair the alien device. I divided the labor so no one knows exactly what we're building here. A stronger robot, a bigger gun, a faster engine. These are all pieces of a much larger puzzle.
No, Kantor, I can maybe understand the engines, but why are you giving the AI Sovereigns guns? Like, he almost has to know what he's doing at this point.
Okay, I grabbed it, thank God.
But very unstable. It generates a non-baryonic sphere that could possibly serve as a wormhole. The Thunderbolt triggers this phenomena, but I haven't yet figured out exactly how to polarize this exotic matter field.
I'm sure you can probably check those timestamps in the corner of those log readouts, and you could probably put together a timeline of these events. I'm sure probably there's some wiki out there that already did this.
It wouldn't surprise me, fans being fans and all that.
But yeah, that does at least give us a little bit more context as to why they were having so much trouble building the Thunderbolt right in the first place, if they understood the effects, possibly from having a working example from this Enceladus crash, but not yet how to actually build it properly.
Okay, no, past me trying to use the fusion gun on an invisible enemy when you've got it set to tracking mode, not good. Not smart.
I mean, I guess it fills the corridor, but otherwise, like, it's gonna hit you before you hit it.
Yeah. Invincibility and cloak in the same room, basically. Yeah. If this wasn't so far away from anything I would use it on, it'd be wonderful.
Well, I don't know. There's a few glowy bits down there indicating there's some kind of... I guess there's some kind of room down at that end of the whole pipe structure.
Yeah. And I'll get down to that shortly-ish.
This seems like an excellent area to get cornered in.
Yeah, so part of what I'm doing is basically thunderbolting my way through... Oh, hey, I remember that spot. Because I know these are long corridors, I can just throw a thunderbolt downrange and catch whomever is there.
Yeah, that's another excellent way of dealing with invisible enemies, is just blind firing and hoping you hit them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes they're just floating in the middle of corridors for no reason and you just blow them up.
And of course, I'm just being very careful not to get accidentally caught by the downward.
Oh, there's a one-way tube in there somewhere.
Yeah. Oh. And me just checking. Yeah, I've been back here.
Well,
I know
you've
what
got
I'm doing.
plenty of shields there, plenty of armor, excuse me, plenty of energy, plenty of ammo. You have that cloaking and vulnerability. You ought to be ready for anything.
Yeah, but I also, I'm not allowed to, or not supposed to be destroying the. I'm not supposed to be destroying the reactor on this level.
Huh. Well, I guess we'll just take a look at it and verify it's still working, and see what we can find behind that farthest security level then, huh?
Yep. Oh. Okay, seriously.
Maybe we'll just leave through the non-emergency exit. We haven't done that since the start of the game.
Yeah. But yeah, this is what I meant by how this level is just so vertical in orientation.
But yeah, this is definitely... These logs are giving me the huge feeling that the great disaster has already happened, and we're just kind of picking through the pieces at this point.
Paranoia check. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that mine knew I was up. As soon as that enemy got in range, it headed right for him.
Yep.
Jeez.
And this is me going, oh crap.
That thing took a beating.
Yeah. What I miss is how it automatically goes to... so when I quick select a weapon, like I press 1 for... I have to press 1 twice every time to get to the Cyclone. Even if I had the Cyclone pressed last, then I move off to, say, the Driller, pressing 1 again will take me to the Impulse lasers, and not the Cyclone again. So I have to keep remembering, some of these weapons, I really do have to double tap the weapon select button before I can use them.
So does the Cyclone have good knockback on it? Is that why you were switching to it?
Yeah, it's got knockback and just sheer volume of fire.
Yeah, because that seems like the kind of combination you would want for dealing with a suicide bomber enemy like that one.
Yeah.
I said goodbye to Harper today. She betrayed my trust. I activated the extermination protocol on the Reavers, a feature I worked into the auto-op AI code. They were effective, but messy.
Yeah, I think Kantor has just kind of jumped off the deep end here. We kind of already knew that happened, but good to hear it from the man himself, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cloaking's run out. Turrets on the walls.
This raises the question of if he activated the extermination mode here on Enceladus, was it like a scoping issue? It's like, whoops, I activated the extermination mode everywhere, all across the solar system. Whoops.
We're actually going to find out the answer to that question either this level or next level.
Because that definitely seems like the sort of thing that could happen with any production system, is you just, you delete your entire database instead of only deleting a few rows in it, for example. Just because your condition is wrong, or it's a syntax error, or something or other.
Yeah. But now that I have the cloaking device, I can go for... Oh, wrong direction.
And that's definitely the kind of thing that an AI can cheekily pull off behind the scenes, too. If you order, robots with this serial numbers that start with this thing, like ABC123 should do such and such, and then the AI was all like, heh, I'm gonna go ahead and make all the robots have this serial number, so that when they put in this command, it'll affect everyone. That definitely seems like the kind of thing they could do.
But as I said, we'll get an explanation for what happened this level or next.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But yes, we do basically have Kantor admitting to destroying the shuttle that was leaving Enceladus that had the initial group of miners who discovered the ship on it. And now we just...
So, that raises the very important question of who's actually left on Enceladus, then.
No one. There's nobody left on Enceladus.
It
Except
definitely
maybe...
seems like the kind of thing where if you have a planetary colony, and you have to perform regular maintenance on the robots, you would kind of want to have at least one human there at all times, wouldn't you?
Well, don't forget, like, a lot of this robot killing thing was very recent, and this was a maintenance facility and a mining location, so it never really had a lot of people to begin with. And enter the alien portal, what?
An explosion could be catastrophic. You must hurry.
Pardon? Okay.
Titan Harbor.
Behold, the alien ship.
Oh. Well,
There's
okay.
also now a... And there is now, in violation of every covenant of video game design ever, the timer is now hidden.
Could be Juno.
There is an active timer going on, and there's no clock on the screen.
TMC. Maybe Unosa. It doesn't matter. They're too late.
Wow, this flickering is kind of bothering me. It's not so bad, though.
Destroys the facility.
Yeah.
There is no other way out.
Alright, we're in serious times now. I guess that's our only warning,
Yep.
that there is a timer. So, it's gonna destroy the whole facility, huh? Alright.
The auto-op extermination protocol across the entire colony. Now the auto-ops are killing everyone. As designed, but I didn't give the order.
And that's the big twist. Kantor did not
Didn't exactly
try to kill everybody.
murder.
Where's
he's
that
worried that it was-
portal? Is it at the rear end of the ship?
Yes. And this is me basically going, okay, which way do I have to go? How do I get there? Oh, there we go.
okay.
Now there's an actual one. And there we go. Now, this is me going, okay, wait, they mentioned the Thunderbolt earlier, and those things look weird, powered up type things. Thunderbolt has no reaction on that. Thunderbolt has no reaction on
Creating
that.
tiny little mini portals next to an unstable portal, that sounds dangerous. I'm surprised the AI is letting you do this.
Okay, you know what? Screw this. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I have no idea where we're going. And that is that. See you guys.